afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
We'll look at algebraic expression.
Me on this number 0970703139, and you've got GMF online classes, which is Goca, Fountain Gate, and Mubuyu for grade 8, 11, and 10. So if you want to be part and parcel for this learning, you can contact the lines which are scrolling on your screen. Okay, boys and girls, today in English grammar, we are going to look at conjunctions. Before we go to today's lesson, let us first revise on the previous lesson that we had with me in English. Okay, last time that we looked at verb and tense, and we looked at must, might, and may. We looked at must, might, and may, and I said we use must to talk about the thing that you have to do. I said we use must to talk about the thing that you have to do, and I gave you an example. For example, I might mail this later today. We also looked at how to use the word may, and I said we use may to ask if you are allowed to do something and to tell someone that they are allowed to do something. For example, may I go out to play? May I go out to play? And we also looked at how to use the word might, and I said we use might. Okay, I also gave you an exercise on this one, which I want us to go through together. I said complete the sentences using must or may. The first question was, where is Jane? She dash have missed her train, I am afraid. The first question was, where is Jane? She dash have missed her train, I am afraid. And the answer was may. And the second question was, she said she may go to shopping tomorrow. She said she dash go to shopping tomorrow. And the answer was may. The third question that I gave you was, I told them dash I go if I felt like but wasn't sure. I told them, the answer was might. The fourth question was, we dash go to the party later. We dash go to the party later, and the answer was might. The fifth question was, dash I borrow your pen, dash I borrow your pen, and the answer was may. Okay, boys and girls, today in English grammar, you're looking at conjunctions. If I may ask, what does this word mean? Conjunctions. Okay, conjunctions are words that join sentences together. You can say they are words that are used to link sentences together. We can say they are words that are used to link sentences together, or we can say they are words that are used to join sentences together. I've got a lot of conjunction words, but today we'll just talk about 3 words, which is and, but, or. We'll talk about and, but, and, or. We just talk about 3 words. We talk about and, but. We talk about these 3 conjunction words, the 3 common conjunction words, which are and, but, or. Okay, boys and girls, have said conjunctions are words that join sentences together. Some common conjunctions which we'll talk about today: and, but, and, or. And I expect you to, let's make this lesson to be interesting. We should be participating. So boys and girls, have said I hope you've got a pen where you write what I'll be writing on the board. I've said conjunctions are words that join sentences together. Okay, so boys and girls have said conjunctions are words that join sentences together. So these words, they join a sentence together. So I've said some common conjunctions that we're going to look at today is and, but, and, or. So we'll talk about these three words: are, but, and, but, and, or. We just talk about three conjunctions words today. We just talk about three of them, which are, and, or. We'll talk about three words today. These are ones that we talk about: are, and, or. So we'll talk about these three, and we'll also talk about how we must use this. How do you use are? How do you use and? How do you use or? So the first conjunction word that we're going to talk about is how do you use and? How do you use and? Since we've said conjunctions are words that join sentences together. Conjunctions are words that join sentences together, or they link the words together, or they link the words together. So let's talk about how we use and. Boys and girls, once again, if you've got any question, you can SMS me on this line 0970-703-139. So let's talk about how we use and. How do you use and? How do we use and? So boys and girls, we use and to link words that are similar. We use and to link the words that are similar. So I've said use and to link the words So I've said you use and to link the words that are similar. We use the word and to link the words that are similar. The words that are similar, we use the word and. So let me give you some of the examples on how you can use the and. How does it join a sentence together? Since we have said it's used to link or to join the words that are similar. For example, boys and girls, we like fruit and we like fruit and vegetables at the grocery store. Okay, so said you use and to link the words that are similar. Example, we like fruits and vegetables. We like fruit and vegetables at the grocery store. We like fruit and vegetables at the grocery shop. So since we're saying it's used to link the words that are similar, if you look at fruit and vegetables, these two are similar. So since we have said it's used to link the words that are similar, we like fruit and vegetables at the grocery store. So and is used to link the words that are similar. So boys and girls, I also want you to give me a sentence that is used. You use the word and. You should give me a sentence with the word and. Since I've said it's used to link the words that are similar, I've given you one example on the board here. We like fruit and vegetables at the grocery store. The second example that I can give you on how to use and is the president visited Okay, boys and girls, I've got another example on how to use and. The president visited towns and cities across the country. So I've got that word which is joining this sentence together. Since I've said it's used to join words that are similar. So if you look at towns and cities, these two words are similar. The president visited towns and cities across the country. So I want you also, boys and girls, to participate on this one. Should give me a sentence where we will use and. I've given you two examples. Let me give you the third one on how to use the word but. We give another example on how to use the word and. The weather was cold and windy. Okay, so I've got that example there. The weather was cold and windy. So if you look at cold and windy, these are similar. Cold and windy are similar. The weather was cold and windy. So boys and girls, I've given you 3 questions on how to use and how and links the words that are similar. The first example that I've given you, boys and girls, is we like fruit and vegetables at the grocery store. The second one is the president visited towns and cities across the country. The third example that I've given you is the weather was cold and windy. So boys and girls, I want you to participate on this one. Should give me the fourth example on how to use and. Since I've said it's used to link the words that are similar. Okay, boys and girls, if you've got any question, you can SMS me on this number 0970703139. For any question, SMS me on this number 0970703139. Okay, boys and girls, let us now go to second conjunction word that we're going to use today is are. So, how do we use are? How do we use? Let's look at but. How do we use but? How do we use but? How do we use but? So we use but to link words that are different and do not normally go together. We use but to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. So I've said we use but to the words that are different and do not. We use but to link the words that are different and do not. Okay, boys and girls, so I'm saying we use but to link the words that are. We use but to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. So this is how we use the conjunction but. We use it to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. Examples on how to use the word but. Let me give you some of the examples on how to use the word but. Remember, boys and girls, who've got any questions should SMS me on this number 0970-703-139. Any questions, SMS me on this line 0970-703-139. Okay, boys and girls, now you're looking at how to use but. It's another conjunction that we're looking at today. So I've said use but to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. Let me give you some of the examples on how to use the word but. For example, boys and girls, he works quickly but neatly. Okay, boys and girls, let's look at that example on the board. He works quickly but neatly. Since we are saying it's used to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. He works quickly but neatly. So if you look at these words, they don't normally go together. Quickly and neatly. He works quickly but neatly. So let us also look at the second example, boys and girls, on how to use the word but. It's used to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. I've given you the first example there. Let me give you the second example. The teacher is firm. Second example is the teacher is firm but fair. The teacher is firm but fair with the children. Okay, boys and girls, I've got the second example there on how to use the word but. The teacher is firm but fair with the children. So there I've got but. So if you look at firm and fair, they don't normally go together. Since I've said it's used to link words that are different and do not normally go together. So the first example that I gave you, boys and girls, was he works quickly but neatly. Second one is the teacher is firm but fair with the children. Okay, let me give you the last example. So the further example should come from you. Should find where that you use but, and that sentence should have but. Remember, it's used to link words which are differently but do not normally go together. So the third example that I'm going to give you is the weather. The weather was sunny but cold. Okay, boys and girls, let us look at the third example there. The weather was sunny but cold. So I've got but there, which is links the words together. The weather was sunny but cold. So if you look at sunny and cold, they don't normally go together. So I've got three examples there on how to use the word but. Use but to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. First example, he works quickly but neatly. Second example is the teacher is firm but fair with the children. Third example is the weather was sunny but cold. So here, I'm still waiting for the third example here. Then on but, the fourth one should come from you. I want you to participate. So you can SMS me on 0970703139. Okay, boys and girls, hope you have copied this. Let's look at now how to use the word or. How do you use or? It's another conjunction. So boys and girls are now looking at oh. How do we use oh? It's another common conjunction that you're looking at today. How do we use oh? How do we use oh? So we use oh to talk about choices. We use oh to talk about choices. We use oh to talk about choices. So you're saying use oh to talk So boys and girls, I'm saying we use all to talk about choices. Use all to talk about choices. So this one is used to talk about choices. If you're talking about choices, we use the word or. Examples on how to use or. Let me give you some of the examples on how to use this conjunction. Oh. So, for example, do we turn right or left? So it's a choice, you choose. So it's saying, do we turn right or left? Do we turn right or left? Remember, you're using or to talk about choices. So, do we turn right or left? So, it will be a choice to turn right or left. Since you're saying it's used to talk about choices. Do we turn right or left? Second example that I can give you is, would you So I've got the second example there on the board, boys and girls, which is saying, would you like paste or rice? So this one to be a choice between this one and this one, paste or rice. So I've got that or, which is joining this sentence together. Do we turn right or left? Remember, it's talking about choices. Would you like paste or rice? Okay, the third one is, who is cooking dinner? Who is cooking dinner? Mom or dad? So boys and girls, they have got the third example on how to use oh. Who is cooking dinner? Mom or dad? Who is cooking dinner? mom or dad? Who is cooking dinner, mom or dad? So talk about choices between mom or dad. Who is cooking dinner? Who is cooking dinner, mom or dad? Let's go there for the example on how to use the or. So I've got the fourth example there, boys and girls, on how to use O. Does the sauce taste sweet or sour? Does the sauce taste sweet or sour? Remember, O is used to talk about choices. So the first example that I gave you, boys and girls, was, do we turn right or left? Second one, would you like paste or rice? Third one is, who is cooking dinner, mom or dad? Fourth one is, does the sauce taste sweet or sour? So boys and girls, I'm still waiting for your answers. Can SMS me on this line, 0970-703-139. Let me just check if you've got it. Someone was just SMSed me. Okay, I've got this one. Should I eat or not? Okay. Okay, it's good, that's it. I'm still waiting for more answers from you. Even this one, give me the fifth one on how to use the or. On how to use or. Okay, remember, boys and girls, you're looking at conjunctions. As I said, conjunctions are words used to join sentences together. And today we are talking about only three, which is but and or. We're talking about but and or. And I've said we use and to link words that are similar, and I gave you some of the examples. And I also talked about how to use the word but, and I've said we use but to link the words that are different and do not normally go together. And I gave you 3 examples there on how to use link. We are now looking at or, and I've said we use or to talk about choices. And I've given you 4 examples there. The fifth one should come from you. How to use the or. I'm still waiting, even this one, how to use but. And I've said you should SMS me on this line, 0970-703-139. I hope you have copied this. Let me just give you homework as I'm waiting for your answers. Something that you should do. The homework is complete. Complete the following sentences by adding So you should use these 3 ways to complete the sentence. Complete the following sentences by adding or, but, and. Or, but, and. First question is, Second question. Learning mathematics is hard. Learning mathematics is hard dash interesting. Number 3. These tools are odd These tools are odd dash still useful. I didn't know Okay, we've got only given you 4 questions. Mrs. Banda is tall dash slim. Number 2, learning mathematics is hard dash interesting. Number 3, these tools are odd dash still useful. Number 4, I didn't know whether to turn right dash left. Let me give you the last question, which is I don't like football. I don't like football dash soccer. So I've given you 5 questions. Complete the following sentences by adding or, but, and. So you complete these sentences by adding or and but. Mrs. Banda is tall dash slim. Number 2 reads, learning mathematics is hard dash interesting. Number 3 reads, these tools are odd dash still useful. Number 4, I didn't know whether to turn right dash left. Number 5 reads, I don't like football dash soccer. So you should complete those sentences by adding see the or, but, and. So you should use these 3 ways to complete these sentences. Okay, boys and girls, let me just check if someone has given me the answers. Okay, should I go forward or backwards? Okay, good. Who has eaten Shima, dad or mom? Okay, thank you for participation. Still waiting for some more. So for any questions, boys and girls, you should SMS me on 0970-703-139. Okay, today, boys and girls, we looked at conjunctions. We looked at conjunction, and I said conjunctions are words that join sentences together. And we looked at 3 common conjunctions, which is and, but, and, or. And I said we use and to link words that are similar. We use and to link the words that are similar, and I gave you some of the examples. For example, we like fruits and vegetables at the grocery shop. And we also looked at how to use the word but, and I said we use but to link words that are different and do not normally go together. For example, he works quickly but neatly. The teacher is firm but fair with the children. We also looked at how to use the word or, and I said use or to talk about choices. Examples there: do we turn right or left? Would you like paste or rice? Who is cooking dinner, mom or dad? Does the sauce taste sweet or sour? And I've given you homework there, boys and girls, which you're supposed to complete by adding those conjunctions there. So I hope you're copying this homework, because the next time that you're going to have English, the first thing that I'll ask for, we'll first go through these questions. Let me just check. Any questions, boys and girls, should SMS me on 0970-703139. And you have got GMF online classes which are running for grade 8, 10, and 11. So if you want to be part and parcel for learning, you should SMS on the or contact the line that are scrolling on your screen. You'll be able to advise. Okay, boys and girls, if there are any questions, should SMS me on 0970-703139. Okay, it seems we don't have any questions. If you don't have any questions, you have been with me, Mrs. Annie Kantoma. Until we meet again, God bless you.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
We'll look at algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
We'll look at algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
We'll look at algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
We'll look at algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Look at our geographic expression.
Once again to this exciting class. Okay, I'm going to take you in social studies today. All right, and today we are looking at how the Lugalunda tribe used to live. Today we are looking at how the Lugalunda tribe used to live. So boys and girls, if you have got any questions, you can SMS me using this line 0970-703139. You can use the line 0970-703139. 39. Okay, boys and girls, make sure to make the class interacting, okay, by SMS, by sending the SMS using the line that I've just given you. Okay, so boys and girls, you must also understand that our GMF online classes, that is Goca, Mubuyu, and Fountain Gate classes, are running on the screen. Okay, they are running on Facebook. So be part and parcel of those classes by contacting the lines that are on your screen. Okay, so if you want to enroll, okay, in studies, whether from baby class up to grade 12, you can be part and parcel of those the classes, okay, at Goca. Goca is just within the area of mass media, okay, or you can contact the same line on the screen and people will be there to help you. Or if you want to be part of Fountain Gate, that is in Chongwe, you are most welcome. Or if you want to be part of Mubuyu, which is in southern province, Siavonga, you are also welcome. So make sure that you enroll to be part and parcel of these classes. All right, so boys and girls, like I said earlier on to say, today we are looking at how the Lualunda tribe used to live. We are looking at how the Lualunda tribe used to live. But before we do that, boys and girls, I remember last time we looked at how the Lozi people used to live. So let's just go back a little bit and explain. Let me just go back a little bit and explain on how the Lualunda people used to live, so that we can catch up in case you missed the program last time. Okay, so I said the Lozi people came from Congo DR. Okay, they came from Congo DR under the leadership of Mwambwa and her daughter Mbuyawa Mwamba. Okay, the Lozi came from Congo DR under the leadership of Mwambwa and her daughter Mbuyawa Mwambwa. Okay, so they settled in Baroseland. They settled in Baroseland, okay, which is the western part of Zambia. And then we also say that the Lozi people are also called Barotose, they are called Rosi, and they are called Rutse. Okay, so those are some of the names of the Lozi people. Okay, and then we also say that the Lozi people, when they entered Western Province, they took advantage of the fertile soils along the Zambezi River, okay, of which this because of the Zambezi River, which is flooded, okay, so they engaged themselves into agriculture. All right, so we also say that the Lozi people were short of labor. As a result, they raided other tribes for workers, okay, and these slaves were called serfs, okay. Again, boys and girls, we say that the Lozi people believed in a god called Nyambe. They believed in a god called Nyambe, who is the creator, the merciful, the almighty, and giver of all things. Okay, we also say that the Lozi people the Lozi people believe in a festival, or they celebrate a festival called Komboka. Okay, Komboka is the festival which is celebrated by the Lozi people, and then Komboka simply means the movement of the Lozi people, or together with the Litunga from Lealui to Limulunga during the rainy season. And then we said that this usually takes place in February or March. Okay, so we also said that the paramount chief of the Lozi is called Litunga. The paramount chief of the Lozi is called Litunga, which means keeper of the earth. So this is what we discussed last time, boys and girls. And then I gave you some questions, of which I hope you answered. So the first question that that I gave you was, who was the female leader of the Lozi people? Who was the female leader of the Lozi people? And I say the female leader of the Lozi people is called Mwambwa. The female leader of the Lozi people is called Mwambwa. And then the Lozi god is called Nyambe. Number 2, the Lozi god is called Nyambe. Number 3, the Lozi are called Barotose, Rosi, and Malozi. Okay, they are called Barotose, Rosi, and Malozi. Number 4, the most important festival of the Lozi is called Komboka. The most important festival of the Lozi is called Komboka. And then number 5, the paramount chief of the Lozi is called Litunga. The paramount chief of the Lozi is called Litunga. So boys and girls, let's go to today's lesson. We are looking at how the Luva-Lunda tribe used to live. We are looking at how the Luva-Lunda tribe used to live. So boys and girls, you must understand that just like other Bantu tribes who moved from Congo DR, it's the same with the Luva-Lunda tribe. So when the Lundas came into Zambia, they settled in Luapula province. Okay, they settled in Luapula province, okay, under the leadership of Mwatayamvo. They settled in Luapula province under the leadership of Mwatayamvo. Okay, so you must understand that the Lundas are called Valunda. Okay, so these are some of the names of the Lundas. The Lundas are called Valunda. They are called Valunda. Okay, they are also called Lunda with W. They are called Lunda or Vapunu. Okay, they are called Lunda or Vapunu. So these are the names of the Lunda people. They are called Valunda, Lunda, or Vapunu. Okay, so these are some of the names which the Lundas used. Okay, so the Lundas originated from Congo DR along the Kalanye River around the 17th century. Okay, they originated from Kalanye River in Congo DR around the 17th century. Okay, so they originated from the Kalanye River in Congo DR around the 17th century. Their leader created two powerful kingdoms. Okay, their leader created two powerful kingdoms. Okay, that is Luva and Lunda kingdoms. So their leader created two powerful kingdoms, that is Luva and Lunda kingdoms. That is Luva and Lunda kingdoms. These groups settled in northwestern and Luapula provinces of Zambia. So they settled in northwestern and Luapula provinces of Zambia. So they settled in northwestern and Luapula provinces of Zambia. These are the two regions where the Lunda people settled. Okay, so let's look at how they interact socially. How they interact socially. How do the Luva-Lunda tribe interacted socially? So the Lunda people comprise hundreds of subgroups, okay? They comprise of hundreds of subgroups. They comprise of hundreds of subgroups. Most speak the Lunda language, okay? Most speak the Lunda language. Most speak the Lunda language, Chilunda, except for the Lunda who adopted the Bemba language of their neighbors. Except the Lunda who adopted the Lunda language of their neighbors. Okay, except the Lunda who adopted the Bemba language, except the Lunda who adopted the Bemba language of their neighbors. Okay, who adopted the Bemba language of their neighbors. They developed into one place, they settled in one place and developed farming villages. So they settled in one place and developed farming villages. Okay, they settled in one place and developed farming villages. Family inheritance is through the mother's side, through the mother's side of the family. Okay, so boys and girls, we said the Lundas are called Valunda, Lunda or Vapunu. The Lundas are called Valunda, Lunda or Vapunu. Okay, so boys and girls, you must understand that just like any other Bantu tribe, these two originated from the Congo. They originated from Congo DR, which is Congo DR in Zaire, okay, around the 17th century. They originated from the Kalanye River in Congo DR around the 17th century. So their leader created two powerful kingdoms, that is the Luva and Lunda kingdoms. Their leader created two powerful kingdoms, that is Luva and Lunda kingdoms. So boys and girls, you must understand that when the Luva Lunda tribe entered Zambia, some of them settled in northwestern province, while the other group settled in Wapula province. So it is the reason why you find some of the Lunda people are found in northwestern province, others are found in Wapula province. Okay, so let's look at how they interacted socially. You must understand that the Lundas comprised of hundreds of subgroups, okay? So they had other smaller groups, okay? And then most of them spoke the Lunda language, or most of them still speak Lunda language. They speak Lunda language, Chilunda, okay, and except the Lunda themselves who adopted the Bemba language of their neighbors. So meaning that some of the Lunda people adopted the Bemba language and today they still use Bemba. Okay, so they settled in one place and developed farming villages. They settled in one place and developed farming villages. Okay, family inheritance is through the mother's side of the family. Family inheritance is through the mother's side of the family. Okay, last time, boys and girls, if you remember, I said a family inheritance which is from the mother's side of the family is called the matrilineal system. It is called the matrilineal system, meaning that the mother is the one who acquires all the property, okay, in case there is divorce, or if one of them dies, it means that the mother will get the children and the property, okay. So it's the same with the Lunda speaking people. The family inheritance, even for them, is through the mother's side of the family. So boys and girls, if at all you've got any questions, you can SMS me on 0970-703139. You can SMS me on 0970-703139. For those who want to be part and parcel of grade 8, grade 10 and grade 11 classes on Facebook, you can participate by contacting the line that is on the screen and people will be there to help you. Okay, so for those who want to enroll for from baby class to grade 12, either at Goca, Mubuyu or Fountain Gate, you can still contact the same line and people will be there to help you. Okay, we'll be glad to receive you to be part of our classes. All right, so boys and girls, let's go to how the Lunda people survived economically. How did the Lunda people survive economically? Okay. All right. How did they survive economically? So the Lunda people came with food crops which improved people's nutritional standards. Okay. So they came with food crops which improved people's nutritional standards. Okay, they came with food crops which improved people's nutritional standards, and because of this, boys and girls, it made the Lunda speaking people to increase in number. The nutritional standards, okay, which were brought in by the Lundas, made them to increase in what? In numbers. Why? Because the food was so nutritious, and that made them to become more fertile, and that made them to increase in numbers. Okay, so migrants brought knowledge of trading and began to trade with outside people. Okay, migrants brought knowledge of trading and began to trade with people from outside. Okay, Okay, so like the Swahili and Arabs. Okay, so these are the two groups of people. Okay, these are the two groups of people whom the Lundas traded with. They traded with the Swahili people and the Arabs. Okay, so the migrants brought in knowledge of trade, which helped them to trade with outsiders who are Swahili and Arabs. Okay, so some Lunda groups specialized in producing ivory, copper, and wild rubber. Okay, some Lunda groups specialized in trading. Okay, specialized in trading. Okay, specialized in producing ivory, copper, and wild rubber. In producing ivory, copper, and wild rubber. Okay, so some of them specialize in trading, in producing ivory, copper, and wild rubber, while others ventured into production of food. While others ventured into production of food. While others ventured into production of food. All right. So others grew wealthy by levying taxes on the movement of people and materials through their territory. Okay. Others grew wealthy by levying taxes on people who passed through their territory. All right, so others grew wealthy by levying taxes on people who passed through their territory. Okay, so let's look at their culture. Okay, how do they interact in terms of culture? How do they interact in terms of culture? So boys and girls, we said they came with food crops which improved people's nutritional standard, and because of this, it made them, the Lunda people, to increase in terms of numbers. It made them, the Lundas, to increase in terms of numbers. Why? Because of them, because many of them became fertile. Okay, many of them became fertile, and they began to produce even more people. So it made them to increase in terms of numbers. Migrants brought knowledge of trading and began to trade with people from outside. Okay, so there are some migrants who entered the Lunda land. Okay, there are some migrants who entered the Lunda land, and these migrants brought in ideas on how to trade. Okay, and this made the Lunda people to begin to sell their produce such as copper, ivory, and wild rubber to the Swahili and Arabs. Okay, it made them to sell their produce such as ivory, copper, and wild rubber to the Arabs and Swahili. Okay, so some Lunda groups specialized in producing ivory, copper, and wild rubber, while others ventured into production of food. So we can say that the Lunda-speaking people were industrious, okay, in terms of their economic survival. Why? Because the area in which they were located, it was good for them. For their business. Okay, Arabs and Swahili used to come in their territory in order to buy the produce which they had. Okay, others grew wealthy by levying taxes on people who passed through their territory. So boys and girls, you must understand that anyone who passed through the territory of the Lunda speaking people, okay, the Lundas made sure that they charged those people for passing through their territory. Specifically, when they were trying to cross the rivers, they would charge them. Okay, so if someone wanted to cross the river from one side of the river to the other, they would charge them for passing through there. All right, so let's go to how they interacted in terms of culture. Okay, so the Lunda speaking people believed in God called Zambi. Okay, they believed in God called Nzambi. Okay, they believed in God called Nzambi. All right, as a creator of the world, as the creator of the world. Okay, they believed in God called Nzambi as the creator of the world. Their religion addressed Zambi through the spirits of ancestors. Okay, so they addressed Nzambi through the spirits of ancestors. They addressed Nzambi through the spirits of ancestors. Okay, let's look at how they survived in terms of political, okay, or how they interacted in terms of political. Okay, so the migrants introduced a centralized system of government. Migrants introduced a centralized system of government. Okay, migrants introduced a centralized system of government, meaning that these migrants brought in ideas on how the Lundas could centralize their government. Hence, they chose a chief who could rule over them. Okay, they chose a chief and some Indunas who could rule over them. Okay, they also introduced tribute system. They introduced tribute system. Boys and girls, when I say they introduced tribute system, what does it mean? Tribute system simply means that there are those slaves, okay, or those kingdoms which they attacked and defeated. They brought goods to the Lunda kingdom. Those tribes which they defeated brought goods, okay. They brought tribute, or they brought gifts to the chief, okay. So they introduced the tribute system, meaning that they used to bring goods to the Lunda kingdom. The ones who were defeated brought goods to the Lunda kingdom. Okay, so this system reinforced loyalty. This system reinforced loyalty. So this system reinforced loyalty. Okay, the system reinforced loyalty. Okay, so their paramount chief is called Mwatayamvo. Their paramount chief is called Mwatayamvo. Okay, their paramount chief is called Mwatayamvo. That's the paramount chief of the Lunda speaking people, is called Mwatayamvo. Okay, so let's look at culture. I said they believed in God called Zambi. They believed in God called Zambi as the creator of the world. Okay, they addressed Zambi through meaning that other tribes obeyed whatever the Lundas said. Why? Because they had to pay tribute to the chief. Okay, and then their paramount chief, children, I believe you are copying, boys and girls, okay, on what we have just learned today. So we've also said they originated from the Kalanye River in Congo DR. Their leader created two powerful kingdoms, their lingdoms. They settled in northwest spreads of subgroups. Okay, they settled in one place and developed farming. Okay, it is also called the matrilineal system. 0970-70-313, line that is on your screen. Lusaka, the blood classes. For those who are in Chongwe, you can also join Fountain Gate School there. Okay, for those who are in Southern Province, that is in Siavonga, you can also be part of the Mubuyu School in Siavonga. All right, and we'll be glad for you to be part and parcel of our classes. All right, so boys and girls, this is our lesson for today. We are looking at how the Luva-Lunda tribe used to live. Let me just check if you've sent any SMSs, okay, for us to interact. Okay. 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 Let me see. Okay, so it seems we don't have any SMSs for today. All right, boys and girls, if you have got any questions, okay, the number that you can use for SMSing is 0970-70-3139. All right, make sure that you join Goca, Mubuyu, and Fountain Gate classes on Facebook. That is grade 8, grade 10, or grade 11 classes. Okay, by contacting the line that is on your screen. Okay. For me, it has been Mr. Darius Daka. Until we meet tomorrow for another wonderful class, it's goodbye and God bless you.